The Tulsa Remote program recently announced it's reached 2,000 members, making it one of the largest remote work programs in the country. This afternoon, Samuel Kurtz, who is born and raised in Tulsa, and now he is back home as a member of the Tulsa Remote program. He's here to highlight how this program has helped him get connected, reconnected maybe, in the Tulsa community. Samuel, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Happy you're here. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What brought you back to Tulsa and how you found out and were able to get connected with Tulsa Remote?
Well, I spent the last few years completing my PhD in the Department of Public Policy Management and Analytics at UI Chicago, where I've been working in the Networks and Governance Lab to research how governments collaborate with each other to provide services. Now, two really interesting events happened during this time. The first is that COVID put my lab entirely online. And the second is that Tulsa seemed to develop some marketable achievements in investments in its tech ecosystem. So these two things brought me to research a little bit about how I could get back involved in Tulsa, which of course revealed to me Tulsa Remote. So I applied, shortly thereafter got accepted, and then I came back to my hometown.
I love that. So during your time back in Tulsa, you have helped develop the Tulsa Policy Institute. Tell us a little bit more about what that is and how that got started. This was part of your research for your PhD?
No, this was definitely outside the lab. So when I first got to Tulsa, what I realized is that the ethos of the city was much more advanced than it was when I grew up here. There seemed to be a new environment and inspiration behind accessibility and transparency. However, one of the things that I saw is that the delivery of public services was still just as transparent as it was when I grew up here. And a lot of that is because of fragmentation. Certain services are provided by the city, others by the county, others through joint institutions between them, others through INCOG. And because of that, the sources of information and how people can learn about those differ as well. So it's not exactly clear where you go to learn about the budget. People never really know what their city councilor has authority over, what the mayor can veto, and how they can get the free services that their taxes already pay for.
I love that. It is so important to try to get some of that information all in one place.
That's right.
So where can people find the Tulsa Policy Institute, and what type of information will they find once on that platform? Well,
you can find the Tulsa Policy Institute at tulsapolicyinstitute.org, and you can follow for more frequent updates at Tulsa Policy on Instagram and now Twitter. Tulsa Policy Institute is great because it actually centralizes the information provision on most of these services. You know, just the other day, the woman who bags my groceries at Reese's was asking me where she can go to help provide English services for immigrants that she had been housing. And Google was not very helpful to her. But as it turns out, the city of Tulsa actually provides free English classes.
Oh, wow.
And those you can access, of course, at tulsapolicyinstitute.org.
I love that. Well, as we know, knowledge is power, and you're making it easy for being able to access all of that information. That is so cool. Samuel, thank you so much for being here today. What a great little program you've got yourself. We'll be right back.